So last week, Moomoo, Tiger Brokers and Longbridge got hit with a combined $330 million fine from China. Then their stocks crashed by as much as 47% in a single day. And almost immediately, everyone started asking the same questions. Hey, is my money still safe? Should I transfer everything out now? So in this video, I want to give you a proper breakdown what actually happened, what it means for your Singapore account, and whether these brokers are still safe to use. Let's not waste any time and let's jump right in. Now, while this news feels like it suddenly came out of nowhere, the truth is that this has been an ongoing thing for close to 5 years. So back in October 2021, China's securities regulator, or the CSRC, flagged both Futu and Tiger for serving mainland Chinese investors and processing their trades without a mainland license. Then in December 2022, it became a formal order. Stop taking new mainland customers effective immediately. The brokers complied, and by 2023, they've completely stopped opening accounts for anyone with a mainland Chinese identity. So the May 2026 fine wasn't something new. The CSRC was just formalizing the penalty for everything that happened before that December 2022 order, while giving remaining mainland users 2 years to exit. Now, while the stocks crashed hard, this isn't the first time these stocks sold off hard. Back then, when the former CSRC order dropped in late 2022, both stocks fell by more than 30% before slowly recovering over the next few years. That's because these are still healthy and growing companies. For example, both Futu and Tiger are both profitable and have been growing their revenue and net income consistently year after year. And they have both built up real capital buffers over years of profitable growth. So even though the fine is painful, it is still quite manageable. Meanwhile, while we do not have access to Longbridge financials because they aren't a publicly listed company, we do know that they have reached profitability back in 2024. So what does this actually mean for your Singapore accounts? The short answer is that your accounts should still be safe. That's because Moomoo Singapore, Tiger Brokers Singapore, and Longbridge Singapore are not the same legal entities as their Chinese or Hong Kong parent companies. They are separately incorporated companies in Singapore, each with their own capital markets services license issued by MAS. Or the simplest way I can put it, if DBS ever got fined by Indonesia's banking regulator for something they did in Jakarta, your Singapore DBS account would still be completely fine. So it's the same thing here. But then what will happen if the touch wood very soon suddenly go bankrupt? The short answer, your assets should still be safe too. That's because your stocks and cash will never kept with the broker to begin with. Under MAS regulation, all of these brokers are required to keep your assets completely separate from the company's own money. For example, your Singapore stocks are kept at CDP, your Hong Kong stocks are kept at CCASS, which is Hong Kong's equivalent of CDP, and your US stocks are kept at the Depository Trust Company, or DTC. DTC? Can trust or not? Don't worry, the DTC is actually a company that has been around for a long time and is actually the central securities depository for the entire US market. So think of it as the CDP equivalent for US stocks, where all your Apple share, Nvidia share, and any laptop stock you hold goes through them. Not only that, since all three brokers clear US stocks through SIPC member firms, if something ever happens to your broker, your US securities are protected up to $500,000 under US federal law. And this isn't just theoretical. SIPC has handled hundreds of broker insolvency cases since 1970. In almost every case involving securities accounts, clients recovered their holdings. Meanwhile, your cash sits at MAS regulated brokers in Singapore, which again is segregated from the broker's own money. And Singapore has actually seen this play out before. When Smartly, a robo-advisor, shut down in 2020, all the customers got their assets returned in full. Then in 2023, when Money Out closed down, client assets were transferred to iFast cleanly, with no disruption to portfolios. And in both cases, the clients got their money back without any drama. In short, even though Moomoo, Tiger Brokers and Longbridge were fined for conducting illegal mainland operations, your assets are still safe. So there's no need to panic. For the record, I'm not moving my money out either. If you want a full breakdown of the best brokers in Singapore right now, whether it is fees, features, and what's actually worth using, you can check out my video here. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you found it useful. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every week.